Tonight, I am going to deal with framing WH questions. That is framing questions. Actually, we don't know how to frame questions on different topics. Even the teachers make a tremendous mistake in framing questions. For example, I am dealing with what? Dealing with what? What do you like? What do you like? To be a doctor or an engineer? Okay? The answer is either a doctor or an engineer. What? But what followed by for is equal to why. For example, what have you come here for? What have you come here for? That means, why have you come here? And the answer is to borrow some important books from your library. What have you come here for? So, what for means why. Okay. What did you do in the morning? You see, what plus auxiliary verb, did plus subject plus principal verb. Plus principal verb. So what is the formula, basic formula? WH word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus principal verb. Okay? So, what suggests purpose, what suggests object, etc. For example, what did you come here for? That means, what is the purpose of your coming here? The answer is just to meet my ailing uncle, etc. But there is a basic difference between what and which. Okay. What is the difference? Suppose you are going to be a teacher. And when you are a teacher, you will have to frame questions, set questions. And if your questions are full of mistakes, that will be dangerous. For example, which? I am speaking English. I am not speaking un-English. Neither Bengali, nor Hindi, nor any other language. You understand that I am, yes, hi. You see that there are many okay. You listen to my video. If you like, I can't impose something on you, my dear friend. I can't disclose my name because it is against YouTube norms. Okay? Therefore, I can't disclose my name. At this age, I am at your service and I am doing my best. And this is my hobby. Okay. Suppose there are 3 Mr. Banerjees in your office and somebody has come to meet one of the Mr. Banerjees. And the gatekeeper asks him, which of the Mr. Banerjees do you want to meet? Which of the Mr. Banerjees do you want to meet? So, the answer is pinpointed. The Mr. Banerjee with grey hair. I want to meet Mr. Banerjee with grey hair. Okay? So, which is more pinpointed than what? So, there is a gulf of difference between what and which. Another example I am telling you. For example, there are many books on my table. There are many books on my table. And one of my students have come here. And I may ask him, which of the books on the table do you want to borrow? Which of the books on the table do you want to borrow? So, which of the books? That is the object. That means I like the book written by Ruskin Bond. Written by Ruskin Bond. Pinpointed answer. That is why I say that which is used more specifically than what. Okay. Another example I am going to tell you how. I may ask you very general question, how are you? The answer is, oh, I am fine. I am well. Clear? But if you ask, for example, you told your friend that I saw 5 kittens in a bush on my way to school. I saw 5 kittens in a bush on my way to school. So, somebody may ask you, how many kittens did you see on your way to school? How many kittens did you see? So, did is auxiliary verb and see is principal verb or finite verb. So, when the auxiliary verb is in the past form, it is obvious that your principal verb should be in the present form. Okay? So, how many kittens did you see in the bush on your way to school? The answer is 5 kittens. Okay? For example, another example, there are many cattle grazing on the field. There are many cattle grazing on the field. So, you want to know the number of cattle. You may ask him, how many cattle did you see graze? You know that see is verb of perception. As see is verb of perception, you need not use to see or seeing. Okay? For example, how many cattle did you see graze on the field? Okay, close, test, explain, please. I can't understand your language. Okay, it is how many. Now, how many is used when it is countable? When it is countable. And how much is used when it is uncountable? For example, you say, I like 1 teaspoonful of sugar in a cup of tea. Your mother may ask you, how much sugar do you want in a cup of tea? How much sugar do you want in a cup of tea? Okay? So how much suggests quantity, and how many suggests number. Clear? Again you see, how far. For example, you say, I can run 5 miles at a stretch. I can run 5 miles at a stretch. Or your teacher may ask you, how far can you run at a stretch? How far? So how many, how much, how far, how long? For example, you say that I can read 6 hours at a time. 6 hours at a time. You may be asked, how long can you read at a time? Okay? So how long, how far, how much, how many? Okay? You may not use auxiliary verb, my dear participants. If you want to get the subject, for example, what makes you here? What makes you here? You see, you say, laughing brings me here. What brings you here? Laughing brings me here. Okay? What makes you laugh? What makes you laugh? Here there is no auxiliary verb. If you want to get the subject as an answer, you need not use auxiliary verb. What makes you laugh? You say, your gesture and posture makes me laugh. Clear? Now, I have used the difference between what and which. What and which is more specific than what. Okay. I have discussed how much, how long, how far, etc. And the next day, I will discuss why, where, when, etc. Because WH question or framing questions is very, very important for any of your writing, for setting questions when you are a teacher and in WBCS preliminary, and at the same time West Bengal School Service Commission Group C and Group D. Thanking all of you. Good night. Stay safe, stay mellow, and like, comment, and share, and subscribe, please. Thanking all of you. Good night. Myself, Sovon Fall. I have a doubt. If it is asked to form a sentence by a word, say a price, can I use the noun form of the word in the sentence? Yes. Appraisal. You may use appraisal. There is no problem. It is up to you. But your sentence must be correct and the answer you will get must be correct. I have no objection. Okay? Thanking all of you. Good night.